Win like a pro even if you're not one. Start with Lowe's and pick up the brands pros rely on and pick up the know-how to get it done right. With a reputation on the line, pros know that brands like Purdy and Cabot deliver solid results. So if the go-to pro brands work for the big jobs, you can count on them to work for your projects. For the know-how, like choosing colors to taping and techniques, you can count on Lowe's for as little or as much help as you need. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1175. I'm doing my Hulk Hogan voice, and welcome. So I thought I would do a show about getting on a recruiter's radar. This is episode 1175 of the show, and I'm Jeff Altman, the big game hunter. It's as all my shows are, relatively concise because I think most people are happier with bite-sized morsels of information delivered daily that'll help you find work more quickly. So again, today's show is about getting on a recruiter's radar, and if you would like me to coach you, listen to the end of the show. There's information there about how to connect with me for coaching, as well as a number of other services. Now, with that, let's get going.
Now, what you may consider a recruiter may actually be like an agency. And by that I mean a firm that basically responds to resumes that are sent to them. They are not out there aggressively trying to find people. They are not hunting down leaders and staff for organizations. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I want to deal with all contingencies here. So in the traditional agency model, they receive a resume, they're trying to respond to it, they're trying to fill jobs. Great. And it doesn't matter which type you work with. Many contingency third-party recruiters, agents I should say, are very effective in filling jobs. So how do you get on their radar? There's a couple of ways. Number one is you actually submit a resume that demonstrates you fit the job that they're trying to fill. You've seen an ad, it's the roadmap for what they're looking for, and you take a look at your resume and ask yourself, how does that really match up? Does it match up? Do I have the experience, but my resume doesn't really express it well? I need to fix the resume, because that's going to be the benchmark by which they go. You can also get on their radar there are going to be times that they're going to contact you and say, hey, I'm doing a search for a client. Do you know someone? And being supportive of them. Now, if they get abusive and one particular recruiter calls you every day, 4 times a day for referrals, you just tell them, this is getting to be a little too much. I'm willing to help, but I'm not stupid. I've got a job to do. And it's not putting money in your pocket. I'm here to help. I'm willing to help, but why don't you send me an email with this information? Now, in the true recruiter model, they're out there hunting for you. They're trying to find you. Now, if you're working with or at a level where you're going to be dealing with a contingency firm or an executive firm, it really doesn't matter. Part of it is you want them to find you. And there's a number of easy ways to do it. Number one is you start being in situations where there's publicity about you. So, for example, you've written a book, you have an article, you have a number of articles, you've written a number of books. Firms are going to wind up looking for someone like that because they represent being an expert. Another instance, let's say you're not at that high level where you're an author and you have published material with a major publisher. Another thing that you can do is speak at conferences. You can be part of the program for a trade group where you're presenting on a subject. Doesn't have to be the most sophisticated presentation, but understand they'll find you through Google. Another way, your LinkedIn profile. There are recruiters who operate at that level who are looking through LinkedIn, and you need to demonstrate a keyword-rich LinkedIn profile where they're finding you based upon your experiences. They're seeing things in the profile, such as articles that you've written for LinkedIn, connections to podcasts where you've been interviewed, or perhaps PowerPoints on SlideShare that help firms recognize and help recruiters recognize, I should say, that you're not the average individual. By doing these PowerPoints and putting them up on SlideShare and connecting them to your LinkedIn profile, it's a great way to stand out from the pack and demonstrate that you're an expert. Have a website where you have your resume. Have a blog on that website where you talk about not your family, but professional matters. These are all great ways for discovery to occur, because understand, a real headhunter is out there trying to find you, and they're looking for people in ways where they're not trying to find you on LinkedIn most of the time. They may use LinkedIn to correlate, but they're using Google to try and find people who will impress their client just by the fact that there was PR about them, that they presented, a whole host of things along these lines. So I want you to think of your career as a business. And in doing so, when you look at what businesses do to be discovered, it's not just advertising that they do, because there are a lot of places that don't advertise that you go to, right? And it's not just purely because you've seen them in your neighborhood that you're buying. After all, the first time you shopped on Amazon, you never heard of them before, right? And had no idea what to expect. But you went to Amazon and had a great experience. Again, you want to be discovered and put yourself in the position to be discovered. That will go a long way toward being discovered by third-party recruiters. And again, if you're working at the agency level with someone who only responds to resumes that are sent to them, remember, your resume just has to demonstrate the fit. They'll be happy to help.
So that's today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, here are a few ways that I can help you. First of all, you can hire me to coach you throughout your job search in every way imaginable. That includes a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, helping you with a salary negotiation and or networking, answering your questions about your job search, giving you advice about a decision you have to make once you have the offer. We can work in 30-minute or 1-hour increments throughout your search. And the easiest way to talk with me about it is by connecting with me at linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. Mention that you listen to the show. I just like knowing that I'm helping folks. And once we're connected, message me that you're interested in coaching. We'll do a free discovery conversation with one another. If you're not interested in coaching and you just have a few questions, the easiest way to do it is by reaching out to me through the Magnify app for iOS. That's Magnify with an I. Or if you don't have an iOS device, if you're an Android user or you just want to call me on the phone, do it through PrestoExperts.com, where I'm a career coach and job search expert. For those of you who've been listening to the show, you know that I always talk about JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And recently, we've been changing the focus of the site to really emphasize interviewing and answering tough interview questions. If you join, you'll have access to curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that's designed to help you find work more quickly, as well as videos and podcasts and other information. Again, an emphasis on interviewing and answering tough interview questions. You can also take my classes on Skillshare and become a premium member using the link in the show notes and get 2 months for free instead of the 1 month that the site offers. And the last thing I want to mention to you is schedule me for lunch. I do it at 12:30 most days, and for now I'm making myself available Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for lunch at 12:30 Eastern Time. We'll meet over Zoom and be able to see one another. You bring something to eat, or if it's early for you, Very simply, bring some coffee with you. We'll sit and talk for 45 minutes. I'll answer your questions. That's less, for $175, that's less than what I charge for comparable time for my coaching. So again, reach out to me through LinkedIn and we'll schedule a time for lunch. Have a great day. Take care.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey folks, Dierks Bentley here. If you've seen one of my concerts, you know I'm all about energy. Performing, recording, traveling, being a husband and a father, it's a busy life, and I need to be 100% every day. So when my battery starts running low, I grab a sugar-free, vitamin-packed 5-hour energy shot. It tastes great, and it gets me back to 100% fast. Try it. It could work for your busy life too. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.